What's up, plant people? It's your boy ZTY Tooned. This is the video you've probably been waiting on. This is the video I've been neglecting making for over a year now. It's a task. It's a task. But I thought this December I'd gift y'all this video and finally knock it out. This is my entire plant collection. I am going to go over my entire plant collection, each and every single one of my plants, which ones I got, when I got it, how long I've had it, the care on it. Is it difficult? Is it easy? I'm gonna go over all that with you. So without further ado, let's just go ahead and jump right into it because I'm trying not to make this video too long. So let's get on it. So we're gonna start over here. All right, I really wasn't sure what side to start on. I wasn't sure if I was supposed to start on this side, start on this side. Which one should I start on? I'm gonna go with this side just because it's the first thing you see when you walk into the house. So probably the first plant you see when you walk into the house is going to be this Nepenthes. This Nepenthes, I've had this Nepenthes for probably 2.5, 3 years easily. I got it from a guy who got it from Jeremiah down in South, not South, but in Colorado Springs, South Colorado. Yeah, true, it is South Colorado, but down in Colorado Springs, he's a notorious carnivorous plant grower. Um, this is a Miranda X Clipiata Nepenthes. This thing is beautiful. I have always been in love with this plant ever since I got it. It has had issues during moving, but it has never had issues once it got stable. Once it gets stable, she is good to go. But it could take some time for her to get stable. It could take a solid, I don't know, 6 to 8 months for her to get solid and happy and her to start producing some pictures again. So if your pitcher plant doesn't have pictures, up the humidity, up the environment for it, I water this thing daily with just distilled water. Use distilled or oil water. You do not want to use any kind of minerals. You do not want to have any kind of minerals in your water when watering any kind of Nepenthes or carnivorous plant. The more minerals in your water, the more they don't put out pictures because they're not getting the mineral. They're getting minerals that they need, so they don't need to put out the pictures. So you gotta not give them minerals so they can put out the pictures, so they can do what they do in nature and try to catch some bugs. Because in nature, their soils and their nutrients and their mediums, their mosses, whatever they're growing in at the moment, they're very depleted. Their nutrients are depleted in their zones, and yeah, they come from high mountain fog, top mountain foresty areas. They come from cloud forest, basically in Borneo, and they're in the clouds. They're just there's no direct sun, but it's just super bright, and it's just humid as heck because they're in the clouds, and it's just moist and bright, and yeah, that's what they want: moist, bright, and a little bit of warmth. Good warmth during the day, 70s. At nights they can drop to about 68 and be happy as well. 68, 65 and be happy. So back up to the 70s during the day. So that's Nepenthes for you. Let me get off Nepenthes. I have another Nepenthes over here. Might as well show that real quick. Another Nepenthes sitting right there. Let me get in here. Let me get in here, Billy. Thank you. There's Nepenthes right here sitting happy. This Nepenthes I've had for about I've had it since April, so April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. I've had it for 8 months, and she has about 5, 6 pictures. So, yeah, that I don't know what Nepenthes it was. It's an SP they had it labeled as, but dang, Billy, oh my gosh, Billy, Billy, stop hitting the picture. Oh my gosh, hold on, this Billy is tripping with this picture plant right here. All right, sorry, picture, I did not mean to hit you like that with that Billy. Sheesh, be nice, Billy. All right, next plant. Tripartita. Tripartita, Philodendron, Tripartita. Um, actually, let's go Dark Lord real quick. Dark Lord, just because it doesn't have a new growth going. Dark Lord is growing in a coconut. Most of my plants are growing in coconuts. If you see it hanging off a log, it's growing in a coconut. All right, y'all know me. You didn't know me, then you know we got the coconut. All my plants that are on logs, you got the coconut. There's a hole in the coconut at the bottom. There's the coconut is screwed into these logs. All my plants are that are on something. They're on logs. I don't do moss poles. And there's soil in there. There's soil in the base, and there's moss around the soil. And then the plants just love it. The plants love it. They can grow out the moss. I'll show you later. You'll see it. Or you'll see it later. How the roots grow out of the moss and just do their own thing, like nature. and they do in nature. But yeah, Dark Lord not shooting out nothing at top, but yeah, Dark Lord looking beautiful. Hopefully she starts shooting out something. Had her about 3 months. She needs to start shooting out something. I'll get in there and dig around in a couple of days to see what's going on. Tripartita, Tripartita doing good. That's the main leaf that was came with the cutting, and then you see this leaf right here. This did have all three leaves, but during transportation they got ripped off. And then you got a new growth right there. New growth right there. Just trying to not highlight it, but yeah, new growth. Hopefully starting soon. So tripartita. Underneath the tripartita, you have a couple of plants. They kind of look alike almost. If you didn't know better, you would think they were the same plant. I didn't even kind of realize like how close they kind of looked alike. But if you know better, this is a Anthurium pterodactyl. Anthurium pterodactyl is definitely one of my favorite Anthuriums. Just the way look at that, look how this little look at that wrinkle. Oh, look at that wrinkle. That wrinkle is so beautiful, like a Delta Force, but like loby. I love lobes. I'm not a huge fan of the Delta Force because I love lobes. I don't like flat things. I don't. I love lobes. I love ears. That's my thing. But yeah, this is a pterodactyl anthurium. New leaf coming in right here. New leaf coming in beautifully. Obviously growing out of a coconut. You see the roots kind of growing out of this one, like I was telling you. The roots are growing out and in, out and in. Eventually they'll just grow out and down. So yeah, Anthurium pterodactyl. And then next to the pterodactyl, we have, that's kind of looking the same, we have the varicosum. This is the bottom of the pterodactyl. It's an Anthurium. You know their bottoms don't really do much, too much. This is a pterodactyl, or this is a Philodendron varicosum. And their bottoms are purple, green and purple. So I love a good varicosum. I have many varicosums around the jungle. Look at this one right here. Look at the purple on that guy. I love a good varicosum. So you'll see many varicosums around the jungle. Care for this guy. Don't let him. Care for the pterodactyl. Don't let dry out. I can't tell you care for the this guy and this guy quite yet, but obviously I'm just not letting these dry fully out. And if it's in a coconut, I just don't let the coconut go dead dry. Like it'll go dry, but it won't go dead dry. So that's just if it's in a coconut, rule of thumb, I'm just not letting it go dead dry. Especially if it's in the Penthes, I'm hitting that every day. Everything else I kind of just spray every day, and then every like 4 days I'll spray like their bases to get their bases wet, and soak back soaked. But I just mainly just spray everybody else during the day or during the morning, and then the Pintus the actual coconut actually gets sprayed every day. Like I actually soak that and make it drip every day. So yeah, the Pintus are a little different. Varicosums, don't let these dry out. Don't let these dry out like you would like a philodendron. If you let this dry out like a philodendron, it'll let you know instantly. So these varicosums are beautiful. I love my varicosums. Literally one of my favorite plants. Another plant that's on this is Paraiso Verde. Paraiso Verde. I have a Paraiso Verde on every log in here. Every log has a Paraiso Verde, and there's a reason for that. Maybe that log doesn't, and that's just because that's my newest log, and I just never put one on there because I didn't have any at the time. But Paraiso Verdes just grow like crazy. They grow very leggy, very stemmy, and it's a perfect plant to grow on a log with other plants because it'll pop out and do its thing. And yeah, to get variegated eventually when it's warm, when it's super warm, it'll get variegated. I'll show you some really variegated ones over there. I have some super good variegation ones that are over there. But yeah, Paraiso Verdes, you just let them do their thing. When they get to the top, you literally just cut it somewhere down here, cut it, it'll start growing again. Like this one is a cut one. I cut it. Like it was going crazy. You can even see the cut right there. You can see the cut right there. But yeah, this thing was growing crazy. And it was literally like way up to that light. It went all the way to that light and it snapped and like bent over there. And I cut that and threw it in the fish tank. So you'll see a cutting of that later. But then I cut it and a couple of weeks later, literally it shot out a new leaf. Wow. It said, I don't need you. And look at the new leaf. That's the new leaf out of a cutting, out of a mid cut. That shit, wow, new leaf, new leaf, new leaf had to come out. So yeah, Paraiso Verdes are just a menace. They are on every log in here. All right, next plant down, the Gigas, Philodendron Gigas. I'm not really doing the greatest with this Gigas. I don't even know where it's at. I don't even know where the top is at. It's in there somewhere. There it is. But yeah, I'm not doing the greatest with this guy. I guess I could probably be doing better with it, but I don't know. She cool. She cool. She got cute. She got cute leaves. She cool. But she's just not doing what I want her to do kind of right now. So she's just, oh my god. Every time I stand up, I get Spanish moss in my hair. But she's just doing her thing. Next plant's gonna be the Cheflera. Cheflera. I love a good Cheflera. This Cheflera, I don't know if y'all have noticed, there's two Chefleras. There's one right here at the bottom. This Cheflera catches water that drips down bloop, bloop, from these stops it from really hitting the ground, even though these grounds are tarped and matted. Um, Still keeps it from super dripping on the ground. So that's a catcher. Basically, every plant that's on the ground is not only there because it's a beautiful plant and I love it, but it's also catching droppings from the tops down. So when I'm misting and things are getting misted, it's not hitting the ground actually. It's actually just hitting the leaves and going back into their pots. So a lot of these plants I actually kind of don't water a lot because they actually just get misted. Or they get drops of water from when I mist into their pots and they stay pretty happy. I water those probably like once every like 3 weeks, 2 weeks, something like that. So, and it's really humid in here, so they just got the environment. But yeah, back to the Cheflera. This Cheflera, that one, you see that one, that's a new one. I just got it. I rescued it from our store. They were about to throw it away. And I was like, let me go ahead and take it home and actually try to rescue this one. Yeah, so I took it home and rescued it. This is also one that one of my coworkers didn't want, and I was like, yeah, I'll take it. And it was definitely not this big when I got it. So this Cheflera goes from this is all one plant. It's this, all of this, all of this, all of this, all of this, way over here. And this is where it ends. It did go out here to like here more, but I tied it up here the other day because it was just kind of going too far out here. So I had to tie it back this way. But yeah, this Cheflera is a huge beast. I am loving this. And you see all the new growth, tons of new growth. This thing just doesn't stop. Can't stop, won't stop. New growth everywhere. New growth on top. New growth everywhere. This is literally quickly became one of my favorite plants in here just because of the sheer mass of this Cheflera. I don't know what's going on with that. Something happened right there. I don't know what's going on with this one. But we got new leaves coming in. We got baby leaves coming in. We got baby leaves coming in everywhere. There's just new leaves coming in everywhere on this Cheflera, and I am loving it. Like, oh my god, look, this is all one pot. You don't believe me? This Cheflera is coming out of one pot. It's not. I guess it's not one plant because it's not one stem, but it's one, two, three, four, five, six stems, seven stems. Well, six because one of those stems is the holder. So six stems. Um, yeah, that's a big ass Cheflera, dude. It's a big ass plant. And I just love how she's like bloop bloop. Like she just got her little pockets. Like she's just doing her thing. I don't know. Like you round the corner and it's just all Cheflera. Like I probably said this like 5 times, but it's just Cheflera, 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 Cheflera. Like, boo. I love this Cheflera. I'm sorry, I just can't say it enough. I love this Cheflera. I just really do. I really do. Don't judge me. Underneath the Cheflera is one of my oldest plants. Oh, how long have I had a Cheflera? Had her probably. How long have I had you? I've had you since probably around June-ish, since June. So June, July, August, September, October, November, December, 6 months. I've had this Cheflera and she's grown crazy, big, and gorgeous. Care for her. Don't keep her wet. Don't let her go bone dry. But catch her when she's on that dry side. When she's on the drier side, that's when you water her. You don't want to keep Chefleras wet. That's where people I think go wrong. Lighting, obviously they like a bright light. I got the hold on. I got the Sansi light up there, and that's an industrial Sansi light. So that thing blasts everything, even the Cheflera, even the Alocasia, even this Lynette down here is getting blasted from that Sansi light. That Sansi light is just like the sun in here. I need to get one more for over there, and I'll be like for over there. If I get one more Sansi light for over there, I'll be good. But yeah, look at this. But underneath the Schefflera's, yeah, they like bright light, not direct sunlight, just a brighter understory light because it's a really a understory plant. Normally, there's like bigger plants covering these kind of sometimes. I've actually seen these in direct sun. Like I'm not even gonna cap with you. People indoors will say like not direct sun, blah 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 on some of these plants. I have literally seen this plant in Florida in direct sun, and low key, I am giving these plants a Florida environment, and like I can't even sit here and say like don't give it direct sun, blah blah blah. Because like you can literally give these direct sun. Like if you create a good environment for it and you got like a skylight or something like that, you can totally give these guys direct sun. Don't listen to the people at the shops sometimes. Like these mofos be doing full sun and be happy. So like yeah, Scheffleras they can go full sun, they can go under sun or under story plants, they can kind of do it all. So Scheffleras they do what they want to do. But yes, but the drying out thing, do not keep them wet. Though. Do not keep these things wet. Let's move on from the Scheffleras. Schefflera, I love you so much. Um, Allocation. We're already at 15 minutes. Dang, probably more than that. That's just 15 minutes on this part. I didn't even count the intro. But allocation. Allocation Mayan Mask. I got quite a few Mayan Masks. These are literally some of the oldest plants in my collection. Mayan Masks are 5 years old now. I've had these 5 years. 2020. It's 2024, about to be 2025. Yeah, almost 5 years. I've literally almost had these 5 years. So in like 3 months, these things will be 5 years. I've had these. Now, obviously, these will be this one. The one that I have for 5 years is that one that snapped. So long story about this. You see that stump? That stump? Yeah, that was one giant alocasia. So long story short, I had an Ethereum VCI up there, and this allocation Mayan Mask was huge. It was like probably taller than the chef flare. Probably would have been dwarfing the chef flare by about that much at this point. And it held about 12 leaves, 12 giant leaves. The leaves are probably about a good like 1.5 feet long. The leaf, just the leaf. And they came up super high. So like it was a huge alocasia, and it was sitting right underneath over there. And my VGI one day, I forgot what I did. I did something, and the VGI decided to. Oh, I'm sorry, I touched the mic. The VGI decided to flip down and literally hit the like snapped the allocation neck. Some of you probably remember that because I showed the video of it. But yeah, it just snapped that allocation neck, and I was literally about to throw. And it was the only alocasia in that pot. There was only just that one giant alocasia. Nothing else was in that pot. There was no pups, no nothing. I was like, damn, that happened, and I was about to throw it away. I kind of like put it in the back of the jungle for a couple of days, and I was just about to throw it away, and I was just like, it was the beginning of summer. It was like springish summertime. It was like May. I was like, let me just throw it outside in the back, see what it does. In the back, we put our palms back there, so our palms go back there during the summer, and everything. So it's a lower light, but bright and nice. It's a nice little concrete kind of area too, where like it's kind of like humid a little bit. So like I was like, let me just put it back there, see what it does. Literally months later, it just started popping out leaves. Bloop, 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 bloop. And I was just like, what is going on? And my mom saw it first. She was like, yo, your plant out there going crazy, right? Like it came back to life. I was like, wait, what? So I ran outside and looked at the plant, and it was like popping out new leaves. And I was just like, yo, what is you doing? Let's go. I was like, I'm glad I didn't throw you away because I was like 2 seconds from throwing you out. I was so pissed. But here's a sign of don't really if you're mad and something happens, just throw it outside. If you got good, if you're it's a good time of year and you got good weather, throw it outside, see what it does. Um, it might come back, and this is a perfect example. Because look how bushy she is. Look how bushy this is. There's one, two, three, four, five plants in this one pot, and this pot could hold that because obviously it's a big pot, and they are all just still like shooting up new leaves constantly. And the leaves are getting bigger, and I love Mayan Mask. Mayan Mask are my favorite alocasias, just because of how resilient and easy they are. This is not a hard alocasia. People say alocasias are hard to keep. Mayan Mask, I would say, are the easiest allocations to keep. If you can find you an alocasia Mayan Mask, get it, because most of my Mayan Masks are still living. This is a Mayan Mask. It's doing its thing. This is a Mayan Mask right here. Like Mayan Mask, There's a millie right there. I'll go over millies and stuff later on, but I do have millies in my jungle. I don't care. Look at millies. It's like I'm not gonna say I don't care. Like that'd be like crazy to say, but like I do maintenance. Let's just put it that way. I do maintenance. There is millies. I'm not gonna say there's millies on everything because obviously everything doesn't have it. That one did. That did. That had a millie. That's right there. That's a millie. But not everything has a millie. Like look at this allocation. Pink dragon doesn't have millies. This one probably does have some millies. You know, because I didn't get this one yesterday. But you know, look at Gloriosum. No millies. No millies on the Gloriosum. Oh, come on, Glory. Glory. I don't want to hurt her. But look at no millies on the Glory at all. Gloriosums just really don't get millies like that. That's like one right there. But you know, you can have like healthy plants and millies at the same time. So I'll go over that here in a minute because you'll definitely see some millies in my jungle. I do maintenance on them, but like not everything has millies. Like obviously, like Chefleur doesn't have millies. Like some plants just don't get millies. This Alocasia doesn't have millies. Like you know, I might actually have one or two. Do you? No, no. This Alocasia, Mayan Mask don't have my Lynette. No millie. You might got some millies. You got a couple millies. Got a couple millies. Oh, no, I need to spray underneath these leaves better. I sprayed the tops pretty good. I need to start spraying underneath the leaves better. That's just my fault. But yeah, don't worry about millies too much. But yeah, this baby came back. That's a Mayan Mask. That's a Mayan Mask. This is a Mayan Mask back here. Boom, Mayan Mask. Mayan Mask with millies. Mayan Mask with millies. But yeah, so I need to do a little pest maintenance in here, as you see, but it's not a big thing. Like I'm not even gonna tell y'all like in nature, this is literally what happens. Like I don't know if y'all know there's pests in nature, um, and there's things that prevent the pest. So yeah, you'll see some spider webs in here because you know I let the spiders warm or roam. I said warm. I let the spiders roam around and do their thing. So like you know, it's a jungle in here, guys. Like what am I gonna do? Like you know, you can't kill them all. Like you know, you just maintain them. So yeah, when you have a jungle like this, just maintain the millies, you'll be good. The plants will still be healthy. That plant has super. I'll show you a plant later that has super millies underneath it. Shit look healthy. All right, shit look fine, but I still need to spray the millies off. But it's shooting out a new leaf and it's alocasia. So alocasia Mayan Mask, great plant. Now we're down to the Philodendron Lynette. Philodendron Lynette, definitely one of my favorite plants because my mom's name is Lynette. So as soon as I found this out in international at the International Aero Show in Miami, I scooped it up. I scooped it up. I scooped it up so fast I did. Shout out to the seller. I forgot your name, and you said you watched my channel. If you remember me buying your Lynette from you, and you said you watched a video of mine, and you see this video, please comment on here so I know your name and add me on Instagram so I can add you back. Because yeah, you're an awesome person. I appreciate you selling me to this. Thank you, thank you. Like, please message me back. Down here below is oh yeah. How long have I had it? Since the International Aero Show, so that was in September, October, November, December. So I've had it less than 3 months, and she's living life. New leaves come out constantly, and she is just thugging. Like, I love that Lynette so much, so much. Yes, I put her in my suitcase. She flew with me on my suitcase. Um, so did the what else? None of these did. Nah, some other plants did too. I'll show you the one that's back there flew with me too. All right, down here, hunker down. We're going top to bottom on these ones. We got the Hamalamina. That's the Hamalamina. I forgot which kind it is. It's the one from King Supers. It's a Hamalamina. It's just doing its thing. They love water. Do not let these dry out at all. I let this one dry out a little too much every now and then, and it just freaks the f out. But yeah, do not let it'll drop leaves constantly. Your leaves will fall. They're nice and blingy right now. I am love Hamalaminas. They're kind of like a peace lily. They literally will drop their leaves when they have no water. As soon as you give them water, a day later they're back up. So shout out to the Himalamina. That is a solid Himalamina. It won't die. I've literally accidentally neglected it a few times, and it just flops the leaves, and I water it back or throw it in the pond over there, and it just comes back to life. And I'm like, yo, you were. It's got two leaves coming out right now, so I'm just like, yo, Himalaminas, that actually might be a winning plant right there because that thing is kind of bulletproof. I'm not gonna lie to you. That's a bulletproof plant. Had it probably about 5 months. I'm not gonna lie to you. 4 months. 4 months. I'd say 4 months. Had her about 4 months. Next plant. Alocasia cerarian. That's all I can say about that. Yeah. I'm not sure if I'm saying the name right. Is that the longlobia? Is that the cerarian? I don't know. I'll put the name on the screen. But yeah, this little alocasia, it's lonely. Lonely. Yeah, so. But yeah, doing its thing. Look, there's a Mayan mask under here. Full. Look, I can't even get to it really. There's a Mayan mask under here. There's an allocation Mayan mask. Probably full of millies. Full of millies. Look at that. Full of millies. Not giving a shit. Full of millies. Full of millies. Where's your other leaves? You got 3 leaves, bro. You're holding 3 leaves. That's a new leaf that just popped out. Yeah, full of millies. I need to spray it though. Look at it. Full of millies. Look at that back there. I need to spray. But yeah, she don't care. She's doing her thing. Little allocation, big old pot. Because there was this allocation also got broke. So there was a shoot, sorry, I didn't mean to hit phone. There was 2 allocations in this pot, next to the other allocation, the bigger one. And when the bigger allocation got smashed, there was another 2 in here that got smashed as well. So these got smashed, and that bigger allocation, Mayan Mask, got smashed by the VCI. Only casualties from the VCI, and yeah, can't really. It's holding its own. It's doing its thing. So what more can I ask for? Honestly, honestly, can't really ask for more. We got a Pathos. We got a lot of Pathoses. Pathoses is just nice little. It's a nice little hide all kind of like it just like you can just pop it like that, and it kind of just nice little hide all, you know. Nice little neon pothos. I got this from Jessica. Um, got this from her plant shop before she closed, Miss Fancy Plant. And yeah, nice little neon pothos. There's pothos in the pond. Pothos in the pond. There's what the hell? When did you get in the pond? Where did you fall from? Probably up there somewhere. Oh, I gotta hang this somewhere. Spanish moss. Go right there, real quick to dry. Let it dry a little bit. But yeah, you got pothos in here. Pothos, just pothos. My waterfall is not on right now because I need to get a new filter because that filter broke and stopped pumping. Well, the pump broke. So yeah, I need to get a new pump and filter and get my waterfall redesigned and all that. Plants are still living in here happy. You know, there are still plants living in here quite happy. There's moss in here that's growing actually. This moss was not this long when I put it in here. So this moss is actually growing in here, growing down. Even though it's brown, it's still growing. It's very humid over here, and I spray it, and it gets moist, gets moisted. This guy's barely surviving on this little island that I created. I need to just redo this whole pond. This whole pond is just like not the greatest. Like from here, it looks pretty good because you know you got this monstera growing out of it. This monstera is doing great growing out of the pond. Like it ain't complaining at all. And you got a Thai constellation back here as well. It's not growing out of the pond. I need to put it in the pond though. Low key, I need to put you in the pond. But she's not growing out of the pond. She's just growing on a ledge. You got a Scandapsis on the ledge right there as well. Got a Scandapsis growing on the ledge. Little Scandapsis jade growing on the ledge. You got a Paraiso Verde right there. Paraiso Verde not doing too well, but you know it's at the very bottom, and I'm not really caring for this one too much. It's got leaves. It's doing this thing. I don't really care. Like I don't. It's the bottom of the jungle. I don't care. You got a Florida ghost right here. It's not ghosting. It's just Florida, just kind of doing its thing. I guess it's living. It's not thriving. You got I got a ton of Florida ghosts, so you'll see some better Florida ghosts later. And you got the snowy drift right there that's not doing good as well, but it's kind of just hanging on. But yeah, like you know, plants just this is just an area that needs to kind of be redone. So we're never going to focus too much over here. Got an Alocasias Zabrina. Zabrina, yep, you got millies. I knew you had millies by the way you were looking. I knew you had millies by the way you were looking, kind of. So sometimes they'll get attacked and they'll like fall out. You know, they'll get attacked because I neglect it too much. It can't be neglected too much, so I need to kind of get on that Sabrina before it falls out. But this is the allocation I was talking about that I need to get on it because it's got millies and these millies are attacking this Arto, but this Arto is living and it's shooting out a new leaf. This is the allocation Arto. Arto, say hi to the people. It's growing out a new leaf right now. It's got a new leaf coming in. But look at these millies underneath it. Look at that. Look at that. Look at those millies underneath there. Look at these millies underneath there. Look at these millies. This Arto just doesn't care. It's like I'm still shooting out a new leaf, dog. And I've had people that have not been able to keep their artos, and their artos were pest free, and mine's got are not pest free, and they just still be growing. So I always tell people, yeah, your pest, you gotta watch your pest. Like, look at this sort of green thriving, no pest. Like it just depends on the plant. Look at Monstera, none. This Monstera for some reason has none. But then I'll show you Monsteras over there, none. Look at this, it's crazy. It really has none. But I'll show you Monsteras, but my fish tank, they got millies. It's like, how are you just neglected down here with no millies? And then this guy right here, look how close these plants are. These plants are close. They're touching. They're touching, and this one's got millies. This one has no millies. No millies. No millies. So I told, get out of here, Spanish moss. Spanish moss just be falling everywhere in my jungle. It's a jungle. What can I say? But there, it's not. Oh, here's another Florida ghost right here. Look at Florida ghost neglected. Not a million. Not a million sight. But you got this Arto right here, millied out. Show this one more time, millied out. You know what I'm saying? So I always tell people, kind of just don't really worry too much. Your plants are gonna plant. At the end of the day, plants are gonna plant. Don't really freak out too much. Do what you can do, but plants are gonna plant. You can get rid of them. It's not like I got like a super hard. Actually, no pest is really hard to get rid of. Just takes time and energy. You got a syngonium, giant syngonium right here. Beautiful syngonium. No pests. No. Oh, there's a pest right there. I can't say no pest. Look at that, Millie. Squash. Die. But yeah, like they just. The more you just touch your plants, the more you're in here, the more you're squishing, the more you're spraying, the more you're pest preventing, the more they're happy with that. Just pest prevent, you'll be good. Syngonium, beautiful plant, huge, beautiful, obviously, beautiful plant. I've had her probably a solid year, and she's just done her thing. Like she just keeps doing her thing, doing your thing, doing your thing. So she big, leaves are pretty. I love them. Syngonium, blocking. I love ground covering plants like this because it kind of blocks the pots and everything, so you can't really see pots. You just see plants, and that's what I like. I like to just see plants. I like to leave my plants in their nursery pot and just block the pot with plants. Next to Syngonium, you got Celum. 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 I've had her probably about 2 or 3 months. 2 or 3 months, I want to say. I've had Celum. Hopefully she does good. Her sister over here is doing great. So hopefully this one stays doing great as well. So far, so good. Lots of new growth, but we'll see. Um, and Matophyllum, by the way. I mean, they've got moved recently into Philodendron, but I'm always going to call it the Matophyllum because the Matophyllums definitely are not Philodendrons. They grow different. They grow different. Say what you want in the comments. The Matophyllums grow different from Philodendrons, 1000%. So what? All right, that's what happens. Next you got the Florida Green. This Florida Green is huge. It's at the bottom of this right there, starting. And this thing was pretty big when I first got her. She wasn't here. She was probably about here when I first got her. She was definitely here when I first got her. And she just kept going. And she just kept going. And she just kept going. And she kind of just keeps 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 going. She up there. She taller than me now. She taller than me now. She starts down here and she easily goes way up there, way up here to the tippy top, almost. That's a new leaf. And there's two vines in this one pot, so that's one vine going that way. There's another vine that's already up here too as well. That's on this side. So, boom, and here's the new leaf growing in right there. Boom. So I need to anchor her to the log more because that side's kind of falling off. So this is shooting out two vines. It crawled up the tree. They crawled up the tree, and now she's up there at the tree naturally, like a plant should be. Naturally, like a philodendron should do. And I got Floridas on both sides. If you kind of see, I got Floridas on this side. This is the Florida Green, and this is the Florida Beauty. She just be reverting like a mofo. So like the ones that are closest to each other, this was supposed to be super variegated, but it's not. So it's kind of matching its twin. But you know, you do got green on green variegation right here, which I love. I want to keep putting out the green. As long as it keeps putting out green on green variegation, I'll be very happy. And this is the variegation that it had when I got it. It had all this kind of variegation on it. And then, you know, it was a cutting. Sorry about that. My mic died. I'm glad I kind of noticed it before I got too far. But yeah, like I was saying, I got this was gifted from a friend, Molly. Her name is Molly. Shout out to Molly for gifting me this Florida Beauty. It was a bottom cut, and I was super happy to get it. I was like, I don't care if it reverts or not, because you know I'm not a huge variegated fan, but at the same time, it started putting out the green on green. And I'm like, yes, that's the variegation I like. I like green on green variegation. So a Florida Beauty with green on green variegation. That's what I love to see. Next plant above that is this Pluto, this variegated Pluto. Some would call this well, you see this right here. There's low variegation on this part. And then with each leaf, it keeps putting out more and more variegation. So you can see that leaf, and then you got this leaf that's up here that came out super variegated as well. And then this is one of the newest leaves that came out super variegated. And this is the newest leaf that's put out of my care. And it's kind of mutated with some great variegation on it. Great variegation. So, and we also have a new leaf popping out, which I know is going to be a chunky boy because, yeah. And then the colors on that stem, yeah, that's gonna be a nice one. So I can't wait to see that new variegation. You could call it like I said, a low variegated caramel marble, but I personally think it looks a little bit different than a caramel marble, even so, because it's like the caramel marbles have more of a serrated look. Like these ones kind of have more of like a round, like a rounded kind of more so look than like super serrated. And the caramel marbles I feel like are just more serrated look. I feel like the caramel marbles are also a little bit more, how should I say, like longer in fat, and I feel like these are like kind of short in fat. Like I feel like the caramel marbles are like longer in fat, and these are kind of like more stumpy in fat. So I don't know. I think this I'm thinking it's a different um it's mutating to its own thing. It's mutating into its own different thing, but like we can only time will tell. So these did come from down in Florida. They came from Perfect Choice Nurseries, Perfect Choice Nursery down in Plantation, Florida. I don't know why I couldn't say that, but yeah, down in Plantation, Florida. Shout out to Perfect Choice. They had a few of these. My boss Lily went down and grabbed them, and yeah, so we have a couple of these at the shop, and I got one here. I was lucky enough to get one here in my personal collection. So we'll see. We'll keep an eye on this and see how it's growing. And obviously, it's growing in the coconut. So yeah, caramel, low variegated caramel marble, variegated Pluto, low variegated Pluto, or variegated Pluto, however you want to call it. It's a beauty. It's a beautiful plant. Next one. Let's actually go over here real quick. Let's go to. We gotta go down real quick because we kind of forgot one. Well, you know, you got the pink princess right there. It's pink princessing. It's doing whatever. That's one of my mini pink. Let me get in on there. It's one of my mini pink princesses. So, pink princess down on a log. And you also have this Siltepecana, Monstera Siltepecana, growing out of just a moss ball on the tied to the wall. And she's going, getting taller now that she's getting bigger now that she's getting more light. Down here, she kind of wasn't getting tons of light, especially when I put this caramel in. Before I put this Pluto in, there was a lot more light coming down there, so she was getting a lot more light. Then I put the Pluto in, and she stopped getting a ton of light, so she kind of just stayed like small, but kept going, like definitely kept going. And now she's starting to actually get a little bit bigger. So only time can tell. I'll just watch her climb and see what she does. But that's a Monstera Siltepecana. Then you got let's come around here. Then you got a Florida Ghost, another Florida Ghost. I got all my Florida Ghosts at the same time. So I've had my Florida Ghost probably about a little less than a year now. Florida Ghost looking beautiful. That's one of my mini Florida Ghosts. I got another one that's bigger. This is my smaller Florida Ghost. Not my smallest, but my smaller that's doing good. You got a Stanleyana, Monstera Stanleyana, and I love that variegation they gave me on that one. That variegation is Beautiful. So yeah, Monstera Stanleyana, new leaf right there, not doing nothing. But yeah, Stanleyana go off. You have a Bo Pimp Bo Pensy, Bo Pensy, I do believe it's called. I'll put the name on the screen as always, as all of them are getting their names on the screen. But it's the Bo Pensy, I do believe. Bigger leaf over there. I can't really get to it. I don't know if you can even hold on. I don't even know if you can see it. I don't even know if you can see it bouncing over there. Can you see it bouncing? Can you see that bigger leaf over there bouncing? Bigger leaf over there. New leaf coming out. But yeah, Philodendron Bo Pensy. Philodendron. You got a I'm gonna have to put it on the screen. But this came from Plant Addict Cast. If you guys don't know Plant Addict Cast, um, is it Plant Addicted? I think it's Plant Addicted. I say Plant Addict, but it's Plant Addicted. I do believe it's Plant Addicted Cast. I'll put her at on the screen right here. But yeah, Cass. By the way, that's her name. Y'all go follow her, check her out. She had these. She brought. Before IAS, I spoke with her. I was like, "Can you please bring me just a cool plant that I would love, a cool Ethereum?" She said, "I got you." When we got to IAS, she was like, "I got your plant." If you haven't seen that video, it's actually on YouTube. My IAS trip, you can actually see that interaction happen on screen live. So yeah, I got this from her, and this is what it's looking like now. When I first got it, and if you see in the video, this is the leaf that is super tiny. In the video, this one is super tiny, and now she's happy, and a new leaf is coming out. So she's happy sitting on the log in a coconut. So yeah, like I said, I'll put the name on it, but it is a red crystal X Noid X something. I forget. It's a lot. It's a lot. Next on the list, right next to the red crystal, is a kind of odd one that you would probably not see often, but I'm doing it because it's me. This is a Thai constellation. This is not an albo. This is a Thai constellation, a full blown Thai constellation. Bigger leaves, not bigger leaves, but older leaves that are more darker and a lot more variegated or back here. Let me see if I can reach it without falling into my plants. There she is. Woo! Bigger leaf right there. But yeah, Thai constellation growing on a log in a coconut. She got a big coconut. Look at the size of this one versus that one. Big coconut. So yeah, she'll start. I literally never water her. Never water her. Water this one all the time. Water this one all the time. Water everybody else all the time. Damn near. Like once every like 3 days, 2 days. I give them a deep water. Everybody gets sprayed every day. You know that. Everybody gets sprayed every day. Everybody gets a little mist. But actually like pointing it right here and actually like soaking it every about 3, 4 days, 5 days, depending on like what's going on. Um, but yeah, Thai constellation. That's the newest leaf. That's one of the older leaves. This newer leaf. She's trying to figure herself out, so that's why she's kind of like reverting a little bit from like more serrated to less serrated. But she's you can see the colors on this and the size of this is way bigger. So she's kind of just getting her information down of where she's at, what she's about to be doing, and she'll start climbing soon. And we'll have a giant Thai constellation on the log. Yeah, and that's probably one of my weakest logs I have too. So yeah, she won't stay there forever. I'll definitely mount her on a different log or lower on the log at some point in life. But like, that's where she at right now. Yeah. Who else we got on this log? Oh, at the very top, there's one on the back too. There's a luxuriance on the back, but I can't get to that at the second, so I'll show you in a minute. But you got the longlobium, philodendron longlobium, one of my favorites, low key. Look at there's a spider web right there. Look at the spider web. Yes. Yes, eat the bugs, keep the bugs away. That is not spider mites, people. That is a spider web. There's a difference between spider mites and a spider web. You can tell. If you can't tell, then you need to get some education down. Now I'm gonna tell you right now, you can tell the difference between spider mites and regular spider webs. Because spider mites are like that web looks like cotton. That web is like so thick and so tiny. You see little dots on it. That's a spider mite. Regular spider webs just look like regular spider webs. They just like webs that are like thick and stringish and beautiful. That's what I want. I'm fine with that. I'm thugging with that. Yes, it's in my house, but like spiders aren't going over there, bro. Spiders don't have any business over there. There's nothing over there for a spider. The spiders want the things, the insects, the things that are over here, the plantage. this is what they want. So I ain't bothered with a spider in my crib. I got probably a lot of spiders and probably a good solid 50 spiders over here. I'm not gonna say that, but probably like 20. But I don't even see them. You never see them. Actually, I don't even know because they're probably itty bitty little things. So you never know. But yeah, the longlobium, she's huge. I can only get to that's the newest leaf. The newest leaf is huge, but the second before the oldest, the newest leaf is extra huge. I don't know what happened with that one. Look at the lobes on that. Like, look at the lobes on this guy. Look at the size of that little guy. And then this guy up here, I can't even get to him. Hold on, let me get through the Spanish moss. This guy right here is just like, look at him, and then look at him. Like, look at this guy next to him, and then look at that guy. Like, I can't reach him at all. He's way up there, but the lobes are huge on Buddy. Buddy is just ridiculously huge. Like, he goes all the way, sticks out right there. The newest one's huge too, but not like that guy. That guy just got some girth to him, some like hugeness to him. And then this one, it's got more like slits in the right there. It's got more slits in that middle part. But see, these ones really didn't have anything like that. And then here comes those monsters, that monster, and then this one. They're doing their thing. Such a cool plant. I love that plant so much. Like literally one of my favorite plants. That's why it's at the top up there. It stretches way over here, stretches way over here, stretches way back there. This plant just taking over. Do your thing, King. Do your thing. Yeah, love that plant. All right, and then there's a luxuriance on the back, but I'll show you that luxuriance here in a minute. Once I go to the other side. Ah! Might as well. This Billy keeps hitting me, so Billy's like, "Show me, show me." All right, just smack me in the face, and I'll show you now. This is my Billy, my first Billy I ever mounted into a coconut, hanging like this. Biliete cocodoma. The size of these leaves are. I don't know if you can see that whole thing in the shot, but the Billy is huge. The Billy, I call this my pterodactyl. Before I had the Anthurium pterodactyl, this was my pterodactyl because the way it just looks like a pterodactyl up here. Hold on, let me just show y'all. The way it just looks like a pterodactyl. Look at that. Tell me that don't look like some kind of creature just lurking out. Some kind of pterodactyl, just like all these heads lurking around. 20 head pterodactyl. But yeah, so she was going crazy. She started doing some stupid stuff and like getting really leggy for some reason. I think it was because of the lack of watering that I was doing on her. I was just like not watering her. So I cut her and she's got a new growth point right there. But yeah, I chopped her ass. Yeah, I chopped her. She was tripping, so I chopped her. Look at the big old leaf. Big old leaf. Yeah, I keep hitting that the Pinties over there. I forgot about that in the Pinties. I keep hitting in the Pinties. Boom. Big old leaf. Leaf is so huge. I love the shape of that leaf. It's like um, a narrow Billy. Yeah, so we got that over here. What else? You got the Queen Anthurium right here. Don't judge my queen. Don't judge my queen. Please don't judge my queen, guys. I'm trying to bring her back. She like fell off a few times. I didn't fall off, but like she just fell out. She was just like having issues. This is my queen. Queen Anthurium. Had her for too long for her to look like that. Yeah, don't judge me. Queen Anthurium. All right. Oh shoot, sorry, I didn't mean to hit the screen. But now we're on to something that y'all probably been looking at. Y'all been scoping out for sure. My giant. I think yeah, we covered everything on there but the luxurians. There is an Anthurium luxurians, like I keep telling y'all. Let me just see if I can't get to her. I'm gonna have to. Luxurians is right there. I'm gonna have to get back there and show y'all eventually. But I'll go around the other side and show y'all luxurians. But let's get on to Queen Crystal. The, the like this is like I don't know if y'all can see, but the way she is just growing in here into this little pocket. This is this is Queen Crystal right here. She's got her own little area. She's surrounded by leaves. She thinks she really in the jungle in South America. She really thinks she in Colombia, bro. Like she really thinks she out there, bro. It's crazy. But for real, she's happy. You got the newest leaf right there. You got another equally giant leaf. I can't get through because of the Spanish moss. Hold on, guys. Another equally giant leaf right there. The giant leaf right there. So she's just huge. Crystal huge. Here's my hand comparison to Crystal. I measured her yesterday. She is 20. 20 inches. I think it was like 20, 21 inches long from top to bottom, from top of the leaf right there to bottom of the leaf. I think she's about 21 inches long. So she a biggin. She a biggin. She's not quite 2 feet yet. 2 feet would be that 24-inch mark, but she is right below 2 feet. Right below, like 3 inches below 2 feet. Um, Definitely the biggest Ethereum leaf I have ever grown and seen in person. Well, I take that back. That's not the biggest Ethereum leaf I've seen in person. Now that I went to International Aero Show, before I went to International Aero Show, this because she was here before the International Aero Show, before I went there this year, she grew out. So this before the International Aero Show was the biggest Ethereum leaf I've ever seen in person. And then once I went to the International Aero Show, obviously she was blown out the water by some of them that Mike grows. Not Mike. What's his name? What's his name? What's his name? I'll put his name on the screen. But yeah, he grows some beautiful Ethereum leaves. I can't think of his name right now. Um, ugh. I'm tired this morning. I ain't ate breakfast. It's kind of early. I'm literally doing this as soon as I got up to kind of just knock this out real quick. But yeah, I forgot his name. I put it on the screen. I feel bad. I'm sorry, Mister. What's your name? But yes, but he grew some big Ethereums, some big old Ethereums. But yeah, that's still a huge Ethereum inside a house though, and the way she kind of just like bobbles in her own space, like nobody touches her. She doesn't touch nobody. Like she kind of just bobbles in her own space. She loves it. I love her. She loves me. I love her. It's a great big family. Yeah. Um, Next on the list, so we covered most of those. We covered Queen Crystal. We covered everything down here. We covered this varicosum. This is a varicosum mini. This is the varicosum mini form. So this varicosum starts down here on this side. In this pot right here. No, sorry, in this not pot, in this coconut right here, and then this part drops down, and then there's a part that goes all the way up to the top. So that one is gone, and then there's one on this side too that starts at this coconut right here down here, and that's a varicosum coconut, and that varicosum is the holder of this big leaf right here, and there's some other leaves down there I just can't get to, and that I don't know who's up here now because this one is interlocked with this one, and that other one's up there too, so they're up there. They're up there with the longlobia. Like longlobia and varicosum are up here just like chilling, chilling. Like varicosum's up there. I can't ever get my camera up so high to basically see. I don't even see what I'm seeing right now. I'm just holding the camera up. Whatever y'all are seeing is stuff I can't even see really, unless I get on top of the counter up there. But yeah, varicosum intertwined, intertwined all the way down. So yeah, the varicosum is doing its thing up there. Eventually, it'll climb to the top of the Paraiso Verde probably, and probably drop down. I don't know. I'm gonna let it do its thing though. But tons of varicosum. Varicosums grow like I'm not gonna say they grow like weeds. Look at this. Varicosum. That's all varicosum right there. Varicosum. Like, can y'all see the bottoms of the varicosum? You can tell You can tell varicosum by the bottom of the leaf, by the purple bottoms, by that shape. All that's varicosum. That's just crazy to me. But yeah, I've had this varicosum for when did I get this varicosum? I got this varicosum probably in March. I want to say March time, February, March of last year. I got this in 2024. So it's almost been a year since I've had this varicosum. But yeah, they go crazy. Varicosum just go nuts. Just the varicosum Florida green Paraiso Verde log. Because obviously, remember how I told you there's a Paraiso Verde on every log? So we can talk about that next since we talked about the varicosums. This Paraiso Verde starts right here. This is where the Paraiso Verde starts in this coconut right here. And this is Paraiso Verde stem right here. That's chunk, Paraiso Verde chunk. See, it roots into other stuff. Paraiso Verde chunk goes all the way up to the top, my guys and ladies. This is a Paraiso Verde from that chunk. That's Paraiso Verde from the chunk. This is a Paraiso Verde from the chunk. This is even Paraiso Verde from the chunk. Right here, even. This is a little future. But you see up there, it got a little crazy. It's a little nuts up there. That's all Paraiso Verde. I'll take you up top later on to see the Paraiso Verde up there. But that's all Paraiso Verde. This one I'm running into is Paraiso Verde. That's all Paraiso Verde from this one chunk. From this one chunk, it's or from this one coconut. Bloop. Yeah, yeah. She just goes all the way up, and she does her thing. And all of this right here, these roots coming down, these are from the Paraiso Verde. It's actually sending down arrow roots, and it's actually in the intermingling with the Spanish moss, and it's staying moist. So you see, this is all Paraiso Verde root, all coming down. This is all arrow root from the Paraiso Verde. Arrow root coming down from Paraiso Verde. It's actually going this way. It's actually hooked onto the log. Now it's actually growing on the log. See, actually growing on the log. So Paraiso Verde root goes crazy. That one's on the log up there. That one's hooked on the log right here. Look, I can't move that. I can't move that. Paraiso Verde log. I could if I ripped it off, but why would I do that? It's sticking to the log. It's doing what it wants to do. See, I don't even need to have this anchored right here at some point because that's what I normally do. I normally anchor it to get it to tie down, and then once it ties itself down, I normally just cut these off. You don't even see these no more because they do their own thing. They start holding themselves up. I need to cut that off. I didn't realize I left that zip tie up there. It looks so stupid. But yeah, Paraiso Verde. Look at all those arrow roots shooting out up there. There's spider webs up there in the arrow roots and stuff. Like there's just some stuff going on in here that I don't even know what's going on sometimes. Like I didn't even notice that this pitcher plant. Hold on, off topic. I didn't even realize this pitcher plant had a pitcher sitting on the log, like in the moss. Look at this picture. I don't know if you can see it. I don't know if it's showing y'all or not. But look at that picture. That is so awesome. How it's just sitting in the middle of that log, just on the moss. And that's where that picture decided to grow. So like this is some for real. Like this is how things in nature kind of grow. Like they do their thing. Arrowroot will crawl across the coconuts like crazy. This is a air plant. Air plant living life. I've had that air plant forever. There's a dubia. I forgot Monstera dubia in here. There's a Monstera dubia. Look at that. Hold on. Move, Varicosum. Look at that little Monstera dubia. I forgot there was a dubia on this log. Holy crap. I don't even know where it's going or what it's doing, but I totally forgot that. Look at all this little dubia. Dubia, 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 dubia. You can't see it. Hold on. Look at all those little dubias. I'm like, whoa, where did little dubias come from? I forgot I put that on the log. You throw a plant up here, they're tiny, you kind of forget it's up here, and they just start going crazy. This is a Monstera obliqua pingii. This is the pingii obliqua. So I have two types of obliqua. I got this obliqua, the pingii. This probably will have a hole in it. They get serrated too. They get holes in them, but not like the obliqua Peru. This is a type of obliqua right here. I'm an obliqua fan. And then I got the OG obliqua right here. OG obliqua. It's on a log, of course, underneath the varicosum a little bit, but we definitely keep the OG Peru obliqua right by the varicosum. And some people will be like, why does that varicosum look like it has spider mites? It doesn't have spider mites. It's literally dotting like that because of lack of water. This is what happens when I don't give it enough water. It's in a coconut. It dries out very fast because there's also coconut fiber in there too. Because that's what the guy used. Um, or not coconut. It's wool fiber. Because that's what he used to plant these in. And I just transferred that into here, and then I put the moss over that. So you can even see like the moss, the wool cubes, the little wool cubes in there. So this dries out a little bit faster than the rest of them. So when this guy dries out fast and I didn't water it quick enough, the first thing to start doing is these varicosums just start dropping like their bottom leaves. They eat themselves, and this is what it looks like. So that's not spider mites, people. That's just literally how it looks when they have lack of water. Varicosums do. Because you can see the next ones are fine. This one's fine, super fine. This one's super fine, and they're all super fine. It's just those bottom ones. That's why it's kind of bald right here too. Where's it start? It starts right here. And where does this one start? This one. So the whole thing starts right here, and this one just goes up and up and up, and it finally puts out a leaf up here. It didn't finally put out a leaf. It had leaves all the way down here, but they all lack of water, die. So this is just me staying better with the water lately and making sure they stay happy because now they're way at the top. And hopefully they start rooting into this other mosses. That's what my other plan is. They start rooting into other mosses, and once they root into other mosses, they start drinking from up there, and they don't have to drink from all the way down here no more. They start drinking along the way. That's what a lot of these other ones do. They drink up the moss pole. Like they don't drink from here. A lot of them, like this Paraiso Verde. If you think he's only drinking from here, you out of your damn mind. This thing is dry as hell almost. Because this thing is like, look at that's like one of the most driest ones over here. Because he's really not drinking from here no more. Like he is. Like I still water that one. Don't get me wrong. It's just it's so compact with roots and stuff that he's got all these arrow roots that he's just drinking from the air. He's drinking from other people's pots. Like there's an arrow root coming in here and out of here, and I'm pretty sure that's from the Paraiso Verde. So he's drinking from other people's pots. He's helping other people out drink their water that's sitting. So that's what that's how they don't get root rot too. They drink each other's water. That's their excess water. And they're like, yeah, you got excess water. I'm not gonna let you rot. I'm gonna just drink that up real quick. I got you. So these are all these plants that really help each other. They help each other. They live off each other. They help each other as long as they're vibing, vibing and thriving. So who's next? We got a little guy over here. It's just a epipremnum albo. So we got a epipremnum albo right here on this side. Not doing too much, but it's doing a little bit of something. Not too much to write home about, as Kelly Ellen would say. Nothing to write home about. You got a varicosum over here. This is my or VGI. Sorry, you got a new VGI. I got a new VGI at the International Airway Show from Excelsis booth. Yeah, Excelsis booth. New leaf coming in right there. New leaf looking way hot. Look at that new leaf. Perfect. But yeah, this is a varicosum right here. I love this thing. Came all the way from Miami. I traveled with this from Miami. Yeah. Yeah. You were in my bag. You were in my bag. You were in my bag. Not that. You were in my bag. Yeah. All right. Who else we got? Oh yeah, this guy, the Occipuense, Occipuensis. So this is a Philodendron Occipuense. I do believe that's how you say it. I'll put obviously the name's gonna be on the screen. But he skipped the leaf right here for some reason. I don't know why he did that. And then he put out another leaf. I don't know what this thing started tripping out about, but it started tripping out a little bit. Because these leaves are just starting to trip out. Like they were doing good. Like look how nice these leaves were. And they just started tripping out. So I'm like, I don't know what homie on. I'm probably gonna anchor homie like right here or something. So he can start like getting into this moss a little bit and start drinking from there. Because I don't know what homie tripping about, but homie doing his thing, I guess. You got a fern. I'm not gonna talk too much about the fern, but you got a fern. Um, I love bird nest ferns. They're just amazing on logs. They just look so good. If you ain't got a bird nest fern, if you ain't got a bird nest fern, I don't know what you're doing, but they just look so good on logs. Bird nest ferns, they do. Good old bird nest ferns. You got a ring of fire up there as well. I really need to get up there to really like film this because these ring of fires are nice. This ring of fire, I say these. There's only one up here. He was pretty big. Now he's getting small again. But I don't know what's going on up there. I really don't know what's going on up there. I can't really see what's going on up there. There's a pink princess up there. You see the pink princess. The pink princess comes from way down here. Comes from right there, and the pink princess just blue, 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 does her thing. So we'll go visit those. Let's actually take a trip around and go visit those, and then we can also visit um, the luxurians. And that would basically cover this area for the most part, other than this monstera that's like shitty kind of over here. One of my old shitty monsters, my shitty monsters, putting out a new leaf. Shitty monsters putting out a new leaf. But yeah, monsteras. You got my staghorn fern. I need to do better at watering that girl because I do not do the best at watering that. And she kind of tells you like, yo, this dude sucks at watering it. She kind of looks good, but then she also like would tell you, I need to water this a little better. Yes, yes, there's signs of needing to water a little better. What else you got? Oh, you got a Brazil down here. You got a philodendron Brazil, beautiful Brazil, big old leaves, nice sized leaves. You also got tiny leaves, and then you got this leaf trying to crawl up the log. Yes, it literally did that by itself. It is not. That is not pinned in there. That is not tied in there. That is literally crawling up that log by itself. Like it decided to take a detour towards the log and start climbing. He said, "I saw what he was doing, and we had a conversation, and I decided to take that route too. So that's what that Brazil is doing. It's got some creamy color on that one. I love it. That Brazil looking beautiful. But yeah, Brazil about to start climbing her way up the damn log. That's what she about to start doing. Yes, sir, Bob. So let's go around here and show you what's on the back side of this log. All right, we're on the back side. Now I can actually show you the luxurians, which is sitting right here. And I've had this luxurians for about 5, 6 months. 6 months. No, wait, since April, May, June, end of April, so May, June, July, August, September, October, May, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, December. 8 months, 7 months, 8 months. So I would count May because I had the entire month of May. I got it like the 20 something of April. So like, yeah, definitely a beautiful plant. I love this luxuriance. I love this luxuriance so much. It just look how beautiful it looks. It's just like sitting there next to the Florida Ghost on the log above the Thai constellation, below the Boboense. There's like a Nepenthes pictures popping out right there too. Just like plants just be planting, man. Plant them close and let them do their thing. That's also why I don't really care how much. Like I care about the millies. I'm not gonna say I don't care about the millies, but that's also why I don't freak out. I know my plants are touching; they're all close, and you know if one's got millies, they're gonna get millies on the other ones. Like if I had thrips or something like that, that'd be scary. But my jungle's too. I hit it too hard with stuff. But I hit it with pesticides every now and then. So you know we good, we good. But let me hop up here. Hold on. So up here you can kind of see a lot more varicosums. You know, a lot more close up on the Paraiso Verde, a lot more close up on the Ring of Fire. I don't know how much you're able to see right here. Um, I don't know how much you're able to see right here. Oh shoot, sorry, I just hit the mic. Sorry. Let's see here. No, you know, you got Pothos up here too. You got a lot of Pothos. You know, you got the big guy right there. So yeah, not too much I can really show up here, guys. Oh shoot, got stuck in the Pothos. Hold on, let's not get stuck in the Pothos. All right, a lot of Pothos coming down. A lot of Pothos coming down. On this side you have a medium Spider-Man. The medium. I love a good medium. She's coming out. I've had her for about a solid like 6, 7 months. Medium, slow grower, very slow grower, and that's what they said. They said she's a slow grower, and she is. Next to the medium, you got the snowdrift. I don't know why this Pathos is covering the snowdrift. Pathos, go below. Hold on. Pathos, go below the medium. Medium, go above Pathos. That way you block the snowdrift. There we go. You got a snowdrift right there. That's a better one on the log. Snowdrift on the log in the coconut. Just doing this thing, growing slow as hell because obviously it's a snowdrift. And they're known for growing slow. Here's the big leaf growing on the new big leaf growing on the crystallinum. Back of the crystallinum. Hand test already. Already, she's not even full grown. No, nowhere near. So yeah, she's doing her thug nizzle. I can't even hate. Thick stem. Stem's thicker than those ones. So I know she might be a biggin. I know she might be a biggin. Pink Princess, you can kind of see a little bit better. Pink Princess doing its thing. I love a good Pink Princess. They're alright. You know, I don't hate them. I don't dislike them. I could say I love them because you know it just does its thing. A lot of people. Hold on, let me get down. A lot of people hate Pink Princesses, but you know, I don't care for them, so that's why I don't hate them. Yeah, look at that. Varicosum just way up there, bro. Varicosum just taking over. All right, on to the next. You know, you got aquarium plants. You know, I would definitely count aquatic plants as plants because a lot of these are aeroids, like this Anubias. Don't worry about how dirty. I'm not gonna say dirty it is, but it is a little. It's just going through the transition from the old tank to the new tank. You see the new growth up there looking all happy and good. So this is just I just gotta get that cleaned off better. You got Nubius, you got tons of Nubius too. You got a lot of Nubius up here too. You got S Repens, you got My tiger lotus right there. Don't look at the tank too hard right now. Like it's still going through its phase. Like yeah, it's super clear. It's super good. It's super nice, but it's still going through the old cleanup phase from when I put the old. Like over here looks great now. Like over here was looking just like this was. It was just looking crazy. So I gotta let the fishes continue to do what they do, and all this right here will continue to look like this over here. You just gotta give it time. There's a grass patch over here too. You know, I'll put more log over here. I'll put one more. There's a log right here, a log right there. I'll put one more log on this side, and we'll be done with the tank. You know, you got a bamboo back there. Like I said, don't look too hard. It's that dirty a little bit. A lot of the algae. There's just a lot of old algae growth that's from the older tanks that I gotta just get cleaned off of these plants. Believe it or not, this is a this one that's floating right here. That's like close. That is actually a Monstera Adansonia. That is a chunk of Monstera Adansonia that I stuck in my tank a long time ago. I don't know if you guys remember, and it's still doing its thing. So it's not thriving, but it's not dying. So I'm just seeing what's going to do in there. You got a lot of what you call it? You got a lot of what are those called? Amazon swords. You got a lot of Amazon sword, a lot of Amazon sword, a lot of Amazon sword, different types of Amazon sword. You got a lot of crypt. Got a lot of Crypsanthus. I love Crypsanthus because it's just good. That's an Amazon sword, but all these little ones are Crypsanthus. Um, little crypt down here. You got a variegated one kind of right there. I don't know if you can kind of see the variegation on that one. That's variegated. There is a variegated Anubias, but I don't know if you can see it no more because it is very small, very dirty at the moment. No, you can't see it because I don't even know where I put it. I don't even know, but that Anubias was variegated at one point too. But they start shooting out green leaves. Yes, aquatic plants do go variegated. Uh, yeah, that's the plant tank, planted tank. You got ferns. You got ferns in the tank too. A lot of ferns in the tank. That's a little fern right there. A little fern on the end of that. Bloop, little fern. That's a fern. Got some ferns in here. Some fern. That's a fern. So got some ferns. Yeah. All right. On to and then so in the tank, there's a lot of roots back there, and those roots are coming from this giant peace lily. So this peace lily, I got this thing when it was 4 leaves. It was literally a little 4 leaf cutting from PetSmart. You can go back way into my histories and look at that and see literally my first little 5 gallon little rectangle aquarium, and you'll see it on top of the rock. That little one that was on top of the rock grew to be this guy right here. This is my peace lily I have had for 4 years. 4 years. I want to say I've had this peace lily for 4 years. Um, she flowers constantly shooting out flowers. There's a flower down here. She constantly an old flower right here. She just be constantly shooting out flowers. Oh, flower! I just rubbed my hand over an old flower. Constantly just be shooting out flowers. So yeah, peace lily growing out of the tank. You can grow peace lilies in your aquariums. Um, Pretty easy. I don't know if you can get in there and see real quick. Yeah, you can grow your peace lilies in your aquariums. Very easy. This is probably one of my easiest plants because I don't have to water it. Yeah, yeah, literally one of my easiest plants because I do not have to water it. I never water it. Never, obviously. It's in the tank. All right, next plant. My other big monstera. So this was the ugly side. This was the ugly one. This still be doing its thing. Holds on. This is the bigger side. They were both on top of the tanks, and then I recently, a couple weeks ago, smashed this one to the sides. And yeah, so she's not super happy. She definitely dropped a lot of leaves. Definitely dropped a lot of leaves from being smushed into the corner. But you know, a lot of the other leaves are doing fine and happy and dandy, and you know, way the hell up here, happy and dandy, and she's climbing that log now. So I finally got her climbing the log, and she's gonna start doing her thing now. Yeah, 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 yeah. What's the newest leaf on that? I can't remember what the newest leaf on that log is. That one, that one. So that's the newest leaf. That one going right there is the newest leaf, and now to put out a leaf going upwards. Cool, perfect. All right, I didn't even notice that. Yeah, so Monstera deliciosa. And then inside of the Monstera deliciosa, we have a Paraiso Verde in there as well. A nice big Paraiso Verde, looking pretty, looking gorgeous. This is my first Paraiso Verde I ever got, and this is the one I actually got from Todd. It's still in its original pot. The original pot is, hold on, let me get down here without hurting plants. There's the original pot, still in its original pot from the bronze petal. So shout out Todd for gifting me that, because that thing just, there's a leaf down there. It's turning colors, but that thing is just blam, 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 blam. Look how thick that stem is. That stem is thick, bro. Yeah, Prisa Verde just be going crazy, bro. She just be going crazy, bro. She doing crazy things. Crazy. I don't know if y'all seen that meme or that video of that guy when he throws the grasshopper or the bug into the air. Yeah, he found like the grass, the roach in the road. He goes, save the little bugger, and grabs him out the water. Anyways, back to the video. Yeah, so that's going crazy back there. You got a giant McDowell. I don't know how giant this is. I don't know how. I'm pretty sure McDowells get way bigger than this, but like for this just to be crawling in the crib and doing its thing, this is a pretty big McDowell. A lot of leaves, a lot of leaves, a lot of leaves, a lot of stem. So if you want to see some craziness, that leaf is going out. But if you guys want to see some craziness on this McDowell or about this McDowell is pretty old. I've got this McDowell. When did I get you? About 4 years ago as well. 3 years ago. 3 years ago. 4 years ago. Probably 4 years in a month. So yeah, I'll say 4 years ago. I got this McDowell, and she was in this pot growing all small. Don't worry about this one right here growing out of this right here. But she was in this pot growing, and she started to get out of that pot. Well, not no, actually no, she got repotted. She was actually in a different pot. She was in a round circle pot. Yes, she was in a round circle pot. I took her, and she started like crawling out of that one. So I took her out, and then I put her in this contraption because yeah, she was in a round circle pot. That's what happened. And I just had this like just growing on other pots, and I was like, no, I gotta give her own pot. So this thing I put into a long bed, which now I can actually, now that I think about it, I can actually fill this bed up. Hold on. I can actually fill this bed up. Or just take that out. I can actually probably just take that out now and put that. Hmm. I don't know, but look how long that is. That thing goes from there. I put moss on it to try to get it to root out right there. And then I just put it in the bucket eventually into another pot. And literally, that thing is just, growing and it's already reached the end of this pot. So now I need another pot or I need to cut it. Hopefully, it's rooted in right there. If it's rooted in right there, I'm going to cut it right there. Boom, cut it. And then I'll take this half, put this on one side, have it going this way, and I'll leave this one that's on this side that recently started popping out. Sorry, I grabbed the mic. I'll grab this one that recently popped out. It's got a new baby coming in too. And I'll have this one going this way. So I'll have this one going this way, and I'll have this one going this way. So that's what I'm going to end up doing. It's a lot that I just said right there. I don't know if you stayed with me on that. That was a lot. I probably won't even insert that into this video, but it might help somebody if they see this. So I might. I don't know. But this McDowell is just huge. As you see, this leaf, it just said, nope. This was like the leaf before this leaf. This was the leaf. It went this leaf, and then this leaf was supposed to do something crazy too. There would have been a nice leaf right here. There would have been three nice leaves, blam, blam, blam. But that leaf decided to like fuck off and do whatever. So it said like, abort. And then it grew out this leaf. And it was just like, oh, I didn't even notice it growing this leaf out. I'm not even gonna lie to y'all. Like I really didn't even notice it growing this leaf. I was just like minding my business, like doing my thing. And it was just like one day, like this big old leaf popped up back here. But yeah, that's Philodendron McDowell. Beautiful. Easy care, easy care. It's a philodendron. Easy care. Alocasia, Yucatán Princess. She has some millies. I just sprayed the living dog poo out of here today. but she had some millies. She's always got millies because obviously look how pleated this is. This is just how Yucatán princesses look. It's Yucatán princesses. But yeah, this plant I've had for a long time. It's an alocasia that just sticks with me. Um, it's been through some shit. This thing has dropped down to one leaf at one point. At one point, this thing was down to one leaf. I thought I was gonna die. It's back up to like 3 leaves and then multiple leaves and multiple plants in the pot. So like I don't know. This Yucatan princess, it's a warrior. It's surviving. Alocasia, it's a surviving alocasia for sure. Check it out. Then below it, you got my baby. This is my. I see this. I just seen this little blemish. I'm like, nah, this is the oldest leaf. I bet it is. It is the oldest leaf. Nah. But you got so many new baby leaves up here, going crazy. What is going on here? What happened to you? It probably happened when it was probably unfurling. I think it is true. Happened when it was unfurling. Something happened. Something happened. What happened? What happened when you were? Obviously, like look what's going on down here. Like she has crawled out the pot, and she just about to be crawling along. So I need to put her in another. I need to get one of those, another one of those, and yeah, cause she out. She out. That's probably what's wrong with her. Probably what's wrong with her a little bit. She's just like, bro. But yeah, she's great. I've grown all these leaves. All these leaves are mine that I've grown. I got this plant for like $15, and it was already huge leaves. And yeah, so hold on, let me get in here real quick. Let me get in here. Rip this piece from this side. Rip it from this side. Go down. Blam. There's the new growth on this side. I see it already. I'm just trying not to hit it. So there, boom, got the old sheath down. Let me tuck it this way so I can grab it this way. There we go. Grab the new sheath from this way. Grab it around. Bam. Got it. Got that old sheath down there. I don't like sheaths because that's where bugs like to hide. So I rip off old sheaths as much as possible. But yeah, you see the new one coming in right here. Blam. Yeah, I always help out crawlers with that because I feel like that's sometimes when crawlers, with crawlers, I just feel like sometimes that's just something they need help with. I just feel like they need help getting that new leaf out sometimes, no matter how humid, no matter how much you spray. I just feel like sometimes that new leaf just gets stuck. Not all the time, just sometimes. I'm not gonna say all the time it happens, but more times than not, I like to try to keep that from happening. But all right, so yeah, that's the Plowmanii. I didn't even say the name of it. That's the Philodendron Plowmanii. Sorry, it's not a Plowmanii, it's a Mamii. It was sold to me as a Plowmanii, but I recently, not recently discovered. As soon as I got it, I was like, I know it's not a Plowmanii because the stem doesn't have the flat, wrinkly stems as the Mamii does, as the Plowmanii does. These just have the round ones. I was like, that's a Mamii, but I still love it. Nonetheless, it's a beautiful plant. Leaves are pretty nice size. They all come out and say hi. They say hi. They say what's your name, what you're doing. I don't know. I love a good plow. Plowmanias are the shit. Shit, I need to get you a new pot though, plow. All right. Next plant over is gonna be. Let's talk about this right here. I got this plant from the. This actually came from the International Plant. Sorry, the International Plant Expo. Um, International Area Show down in Miami during September, and this plant came from Top Notch nurseries. And look at this, or not Top Notch Tropicals. Sorry, Top Notch Tropicals. I do believe the name is. I'll put their app on the screen as well. But it was a cutting, or this wasn't a cutting. This is the original pot I got it in. That's the original pot. That's the original blam. You got that. So she was growing, and I cut her, and I took half the cutting. I took the cutting to work, but I kept the half that had the flowers. Because this had fruit. It had some fruit on it, and I was trying to. It's obviously not fruit that you can eat. It's not edible for these monsteras. I'll put the name of this. It's Blanchii, something like that. Monstera Blanchii. It's not an Addisonii. It's a different form. It's the bigger form that has like these lines on the inner, um, on the inner. I don't know. It's got a certain amount of lines that are supposed to be there. This one doesn't have it too much. other cuttings do. It's just not pronounced in this one right now because this, like, you know what I'm saying? There we go. Like, you know what I'm saying? This one has like the pronounced veins in it. So it's like Blantia or something like that. So this one is beautiful, and it's, you know, I cut her. Obviously, like I said, I cut her, and she started her new growth point, and this was the first leaf she put out, and second and third and fourth, and she's working on a new one. So she's doing her thing. She's climbing, she's crawling. I'm gonna let her climb up that way, and then I'm gonna switch her over to here. It's gonna be kind of weird. I don't know how I'm gonna do it right now, right? Just like, you know, but that's my plan. I'm planning on kind of like situating her like this way, so she's climbing up this one more, because this one's taller, and that's not that tall, and it's just gonna. I don't know. I could let her go that way, I guess. I don't know. We'll see. I could let her go that. Y'all tell me in the comments which way should I let her go. But she is looking good with intertwined with the Syngonium, which is the next plant I'm about to say. This is the Syngonium chiapense. Her leaves are two of her leaves are jammed into the window because that's what she likes. She just likes to. Some plants just like to jam themselves into the window. Why? I don't know. Like, look at there's like moisture and stuff in there. Like, girl, like move, get out of the window. But some of them just like that stuff. Some of them just like being in the window. They like being. I don't know. I don't know. But yeah, you got other leaves that are over here. Other leaves that are over here. And are you growing a new leaf? No, this is the new leaf. Duh. So yeah. So you got the chiapense, Syngonium, doing her thing, looking beautiful with the Addison, with the Blanche. I always say Addison, it's not. It's a Blanchii, whatever. They look good. They look good together. I might just leave y'all. Y'all look happy, and you're friendly, and you're whatever. Your friends. Yeah. So might leave you. Next plant is the bee marks. You got the variegated bee marks right here. This plant is in a pot at the very bottom right there. And that's how I like to do. I like to do plants. Some plants I like to climb fast or whatever at the bottom, and then I'll let those climb up, and then I'll put other plants that are kind of slower in the middle, and then I'll put plants that are like super self-heading, like slow growing at the top. And that's why you see like the jungle boogies and like jungle boogies. You'll see a lot of bird nest things like that at the top because they're just not gonna hit not gonna hit the lights as fast because, you know, they're just doing their thing. This thing is huge. I'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, you got the bee marks putting out beautiful variegation. Beautiful variegation. Like, obviously she'll put out the green leaf every now and then. I don't care. I'm not gonna cut off the green leaves. Some people are like, cut off the green leaf, blah blah blah. I'm like, no, because that's where she gets her energy. She gets her energy from the green leaves, and it lets her. In my mind, it allows her to throw these beautiful super variegation ones. Like, there's one over there that's like not this one, but look at this one even. Like, this one is like all it's messed up. It's deformed. But look at all that variegation. And there's a few that are over there that I can't get to that are like super yellow. Yeah. So I'm just thinking I let her throw these so I can get these. If that makes sense, you know? You gotta give and take somewhere. You gotta give and take somewhere. All right, I'm about to charge my phone in a minute. This has been going for a minute. Woo! Got a lot of plants, guys. It's got a lot of plants. I'm sorry. Bear with me. Um, after the B, above the B marks, you got this green, this Imperial Green. I do believe this is. I do believe this is Imperial Green. If it's not, somebody correct me in the comments on what this is. But I got this from my coworker Molly. Not the same Molly that gifted me the Ring of Fire or the Florida Beauty and the Crystallinum. And actually, and that Molly, the one that Molly that gifted me the Crystallinum and the Florida Beauty actually gifted me this B Marks too. So shout out Molly. She's just a dope friend. Like, get you some friends like that. But I have another friend who's a coworker, Molly. She gifted me. Well, she actually just brought it in a few months ago because she was just giving away plants that she had that she didn't really care for no more. So she was like, I didn't really just feel nothing for it. So I was like, it was in a small, little, super small pot, and it just looked good to look put in the cocoa. It looked good to put in a coconut and mount. So I was like, I'll go ahead and take it. And like, she has grown quite a bit. Look how beautiful the details on them leaves are. I'm just not like realizing that kind of like how beautiful these leaves really are. But she is happy. She's happy over here. She's doing her thug dizzle. You know, she is not complaining. So I'm enjoying. I'm enjoying her doing her thug dizzle right now. Hold on, I got distracted. Sorry. So yeah, I'm enjoying her just doing her thing. Like I just really am taken back by these leaves. Like, yeesh. Like I don't know. That's beautiful, 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 beautiful. She's got a root sticking out. Is that your root? Or is that a root from out there? It's probably a root. Probably this root. I'm not gonna lie. I don't know. Next plant we're talking about that has the roots coming out, going crazy as well. Jungle Boogie. Hopefully I'm gonna step a little any roots. No, I'm not. This is the Jungle Boogie. Jungle Boogie is huge. I don't know if y'all have seen my Jungle Boogie lately, but this baby is she way over here. She way over here. I love Jungle Boogies on top. Like I love Ring of Fire's Jungle Boogies on top of logs because they just give this palm look. It looks just like a palm. I don't know. It just has such a palm look to it. Does it? Is it just me, or does it just give like a palm look? It gives like a nice little. I don't know. But look how big these leaves are. Leaves are pretty big leaves. Um, going crazy. She's always flowering. She's always shooting out some kind of flower. We don't cut off the flower. We don't. We ain't gonna cut off the flower. No reason to cut off the flower. You see the Hoya going in there. You know, Hoya Crimson Queen. She do be flowering for me. There's her little peduncle she be flowering from. She do be flowering for me every now and then. So I love my Crimson Queen. You see how big and beautiful she is? She's got whites and pinks and all the greens. You see all the whites over here? You know, she is just all the pinks and whites that are just going through the log. Like, look at this. She did that herself. I didn't put her over there. I did not stick her over there. She decided to hook herself over there as this is a natural jungle. I let plants do their thing. She just decided to hook that way. That's what she's doing. And you see, you got a Paraiso Verde back there as well. There's a Paraiso Verde, big old Paraiso Verde. Bloom, bloom. Look at this is the most. This is what I was saying earlier. I have a very variegated leaf over here. This is the most variegated leaf I own of a Paraiso Verde. Look at this. Look at this leaf. Ooh, that's a Paraiso Verde leaf now, girl. That's some stuff to call. That's some stuff to write home about. That's some stuff to write home about, Kaylee. You know what I'm saying? Look at her. Look at her in the mirror. She's so that leaf is crazy. Yeah, that one, that leaf's pretty nice too. That leaf is pretty nice. I can't even lie. Let me see if I can click on it to focus it. There you go. That leaf is pretty crazy too. Stuck in the window. Stuck in the window. Now I got a haircut, everybody. Now I got a haircut. Now she's like, don't look at me. She hates it. She hates it. We hate it too, but you know it'll grow back. Yeah. So yeah, Prisa Verde going crazy. Hoya going crazy. Jungle Boogie going crazy. I don't even know if that Prisa Verde is flowering or anything. Like it probably is, but I can't see it. I know it's shooting out a new leaf up there, but I can't really see back there. That Prisa Verde has just been back there for a minute, and you know, there's just not much you can do about it. It's just doing its thing. Who else is on this? You got some. All right, you got this Ring of Fire. This is a crazy one, y'all. It's a Ring of Fire, but it turned into a golden crocodile. Because this is how the leaves come out now, and they end up being this green color. And this was I don't have any leaves to show no more because all the leaves fell off that were variegated. But this was a Ring of Fire. I have previous photos and videos of me mounting this. But look at this. Look at all these. It comes out this golden color, and it fades. It fades to this this green color. So I now have a golden crocodile. It was a Ring of Fire, now it's a Golden Crocodile. So that's cool with me because I had too many Ring of Fires, and I had two Ring of Fires on this because the Ring of Fire up there, right there, that's a Ring of Fire, and then I had this Ring of Fire. So it made sense for this to be like, nah, they don't need to be two of us on one log, dog. And it said, I'm gonna go ahead and switch over to a Golden Crocodile. So yeah, Golden Crocodile. Get out of here, Jungle Boogie. We already talked about you. Golden Crocodile, Jungle Boogie, Ring of Fire, all on one log. Still beautiful. All right, so I'm gonna pause it because I'm gonna do a slight intermission because I need my hands hurting. I need to pause, and then I will do the rest of the jungle. We've already done basically the first half of the jungle, and now we're on to the second half of the jungle. All right, things start getting good right here. You know, some of my favorite plants are over here, so let's go.